This video in which I'm going to discuss a whole lot of sentences where mostly Indians, make errors, and maybe speakers of the English language in a few other countries also. So let us start here. Common errors in English usage. My neighbor is having the latest iPod. Most of these sentences, incidentally, I have already discussed in my other videos. So it is a kind of revision. My neighbor is having the latest iPod sounds correct, but it is incorrect. The correct way will be, my neighbor has the latest iPod. When have is used as a regular verb, then you cannot, and it means to possess, you cannot use ing with it. So my neighbor has or had. So my neighbor has, not my neighbor is having. Second sentence, I think now he is busy finding his lost iPod. No, I think now he is busy looking for his lost iPod or searching for his lost iPod, not finding. So I have often come across students saying, I am finding my lost pen. No, I am looking for my lost pen. Okay, third, the climate of Bangalore is better than Chennai. Sounds correct, but it's not. The climate of Bangalore is better than that of Chennai. That means the climate of Bangalore is better than the climate of Chennai. My pen is much better than yours. Wrong. My pen is much better than yours without apostrophe. So I have already discussed, one as a pronoun is the only pronoun which takes an apostrophe. Otherwise all other pronouns is used just with plain s in its possessive form. So my pen is much better than yours without an apostrophe. I even come across sentences like my pen is more better than, and so on. But no, that's wrong. My pen is better than, but if you want to emphasize, then you have to say my pen is much better or my pen is far better than yours. Okay, fifth sentence. Let you and I do this work together. Okay, no, it's wrong. Let you and me do this work together. You may say, if you can be used, why not I? But mind you, here you is not in the subject form but object form. Just like when I say, you gave me a book, you is the subject form. But when I say, I gave you a book or a toy or a present, I'm using you as an object. Okay. So correct sentence is, let you and me do this work together. Sixth sentence, if he would have worked hard, he would have passed the exam. One of the commonest errors in India. You cannot use would have and would have together or twice. So the first one, which happened first, goes into past perfect. If he had worked hard, comma, he would have passed the exam or test or examination, whatever it is. Seventh sentence, you all must try to change yourself. Wrong. Sounds correct, but it's not. You all. That means here you does not mean subject, singular, but plural. So what will be the plural form of yourself? Yourselves. You all must try to you all must try changing yourselves. So self would become selves. Okay. You can also say you all must try to change yourselves. There are two ways to say this. Okay. Why to spend so much money on this old car? No. Why spend so much money on this old car. So why is the only adverb with which you don't use to. Otherwise, uh, I don't know where to spend the money, where to, how to spend, when to spend. But when it is why as an adverb, to cannot be used. So why spend so much money on this old car rather than why to spend? No. Ninth sentence. I like challenges, but I could not cope up with the heavy workload this time. I like challenges, but I could not cope with. Remember, cope is not used with up. So I like challenges, but I could not cope with the heavy workload this time. School starts at 8 a.m. and gets over at 2:30 p.m. Now, let me discuss briefly two things. You cannot say the school starts. You can say the school started functioning, but there you mean the school means the building, the grounds, the whole institution. But when you use school without the, you mean the schooling work, the classes and so on. So that is one thing. School starts at 8 a.m. and gets over at 2:30 p.m. is wrong. School starts at 8 a.m. and finishes at 2:30 p.m. You can also say ends at 2:30 p.m., but that is a little too formal. You can also say the school starts at 8 a.m. and concludes at 2:30 p.m. Too formal. Finishes at 2:30 p.m. is all right. Okay. Write these words in an alphabetical order. Neither. Write these words in alphabetical order without any article, definite article, the or an. Okay. The students of class 9 to 12 must stay back after the assembly is over. In most of the schools I have worked, I often hear this head boy, head girl, or teacher make this announcement. Stay back. That is wrong. The students of classes 9, you can also say class 9, class is not required. The students of class 9 to 12 must stay behind after the assembly is over. So use a stay behind. Okay, when to use a stay back? Now look at this example which I have mentioned here. Don't step forward. Somebody, a PT instructor, imagine, is instructing the students, don't step forward, stay back where you are, stay back. Okay, but in terms of time, stay behind. That means after the assembly is over, you should stay put. Okay, talk slowly, softly, so that the other classes are not disturbed. Now both are correct with different meanings. Talk slowly and softly. Slowly means the speed should not be too fast, and softly means it should not be too loud. Talk slowly and softly, or softly, whatever, so that the other classes are not disturbed. The train came in time. The train came on time. We must reach the station or airport on time. We must reach the airport or railway station in time. So students often confuse on or in. Simple. The train came on time, that means the train was not late. But you must reach the station or airport in time, meaning you are allowing some gap. So if the train is scheduled to arrive at, let's say, 1 p.m., you arrive by 12:30, maybe to settle down in the waiting room, to hire a porter or things like that, or to make some quick purchases of mineral water and so on. Okay, since many months he had been sick, one of the commonest errors. No, for many months he has been sick. I have already discussed the dilemma of since and for. When it is period of time, then for. If when otherwise, point of time, since. So you can say since May this year he had been sick, but you can't say since many months. So for many months he has been sick. The wedding has been preponed. That is typically Indian English. The wedding date has been advanced. The wedding date has been advanced, not preponed. The other way to say this, the wedding date has been brought forward from, let's say, just an example, from 15 July to 11 July, or you can say it more correctly, till this date, from the 15th of July to the 11th of July, but brought forward or advanced, but not preponed. Next sentence, he did not mention about his future plans. Wrong. He did not mention anything about his future plans. He did not mention anything. Now remember, mention cannot be followed by any preposition like about. Okay, so he did not you mentioned something, so he did not mention anything. Then you can say about his future plans, or he did not mention anything. Okay, he joins his duties next week. Wrong. Sounds correct. In India, they say joining later and so on. The correct expression is he takes up his duties next week. He belongs to Maharashtra. Sounds correct, but that's not correct. The correct way to say this, he comes from Maharashtra or he is from Maharashtra. You can belong to a group, to a particular dynasty or something, but you cannot belong to a place. You come from a place. Okay, whether it's a city, village, town, or a state or country, he comes from India. Not he doesn't belong to he belongs to India. You can't resign like this. You must give a month's advance notice. No need. You can't resign like this. You must give a month's notice. So the very meaning of notice is you are giving information in advance. Okay, so advance is not required. Next sentence, I will leave Pune the next month. The is not required. I will leave Pune next month. He is one of the best student in my class. One of the typical errors made by Indian students. They say he is one of the best student, and their logic is he is alone, singular. Therefore, it can't be students. But no, he is one of the. That means the best students are more than one. So the correct expression will be he is one of the best students in my class. He is really good in mathematics. Good, as when good means skills, you don't use in preposition. So he is really good at mathematics, or he is really good at anything. He is good at telling lies. He is good at pretending. He is good at hiding things. Unless you don't disturb him, he never reacts. This is again typical error. Unless you don't disturb him, he never reacts. Because in Indian languages, we say such things in the negative form, but not in English, because when you say unless, this is already negative. So the correct expression will be unless you disturb him, he never reacts. So that is the correct way. We go to the next page. Now this reads, can you correct these sentences? And no need. Okay, why? Because they are all correct, but most of them would appear incorrect to you. My boss always emphasizes punctuality. Yes, not emphasizes on. People usually say my boss always emphasizes on punctuality, but that is wrong. Okay, my boss always emphasizes punctuality. He made an impressive speech. Yes, you make a speech. Also, you give a speech, but to make a speech is absolutely correct. My daughter has learned the entire English alphabet. Yes, it is correct. You can't say my daughter has learned all the English alphabets. No, all the letters of any language is together called alphabet. So any alphabet, which means the alphabet of any language, has a set of letters. They are consonants or vowels. So my daughter has learned the entire English alphabet, not alphabets. She is a most talented actress. Yes, this may sound incorrect. You would say, no, she is the most talented actress. That is also correct. But here the meaning is different. When you say she is a most rather than the most, you mean to say she is one of the most talented actresses. So always distinguish between the most and almost. She did not used to like her studies. Okay, it may sound incorrect to you. She did not used to like her studies. Uh, the opposite will be she used to like her studies. So she did not used to like her studies is the antonym or is the opposite of she used to like her studies. So interrogative form will be again, did she used to like her studies? But otherwise, in the positive sense, positive sentence, you just say she used to like her studies, or she liked her studies. He is used to living in a polluted city like Hyderabad. He is used to living in a polluted city like Hyderabad. And the next sentence says, he used to live in a polluted city like Hyderabad. Now, mind you, both sentences are correct with different meanings. He is used to living, used to followed by verb ing. It means he is accustomed to living in a polluted city. Accustomed to, used to. That means if he lives in Hyderabad, he will not fall sick because his body is used to that. But when you say he used to live in a polluted city like Hyderabad, you mean before he lived in Hyderabad, but now he doesn't live there any longer. He no longer lives in Hyderabad. So both are correct with different meanings. Last but not least, uh, last but not least, I would like to thank my parents for their support. This may sound incorrect because most people I hear say last but not the least. No, it is an idiom. You can't use the. So last but not least, it is an idiom. You cannot subtract or add anything. Many changes have been made with a view to improving the system. I have already discussed in one of my videos. Many changes have been made with a view to improve is wrong. So with phrases like with a view to, you don't use the verb, next verb without ing. You can say in many changes have been made in order to improve the system. That is correct. But when you say with a view to, you must use with a view to improving rather than with a view to improve. Uh, Let me give you another example. Like you can't say, I look forward to seeing the changes made in the rule. I look forward to seeing, not I look forward to see. So these are idiomatic expressions. Okay. You had better take the keys in case I am out. Okay. You had better take the keys in case I am out. It is typically British. You had better take the keys in case I am out. In American English, in case I am out, you better take. So if I am out, then you should take keys. But here the meaning is different. You had better take the keys in case I am out. Here it means there is a possibility of my leaving. So suppose you leave the house first without taking the house keys, and you come back and find the house is locked, but you did not take the keys. So see, there is a difference. In case I am out, okay, then you should take the keys. So if you find that I have already left, then you have to take keys in any case, because you have to lock the house. But this is slightly different. You had better take the keys in case I am out. That is, it denotes future time, so it pertains to future time reference. I was surprised to see every student on their best behavior. Okay, when the students are behaving well, it is one of the common expressions heard in school, not in college. I was surprised to see every student on their best behavior. You use on preposition, and why there? Every student is singular, so here you are using there. Apparently it's a co-ed school, so you are including both the sexes, both genders, boys and girls, therefore there. Either of his parents is bound to attend the parent teacher meeting. Either of his parents is bound to attend the parent teacher meeting. Either of his parents means either his mother would come to attend the meeting or his father would come. So this is correct. He is gone to town. You may say this is incorrect. No, he has gone to town. That also is correct. What is the difference? When you say he has gone to town and he will come back after an hour. Okay. So there, go is a regular verb, but he's gone to town. Here, gone is an adjective typically. So that is also correct. He's gone to town. Okay. Many a good man has been destroyed by alcoholism. Many a good man. The meaning, implied meaning is plural, but remember, you have to use the singular verb, not the plural verb. Many a good man has been destroyed. You can say, no, I am not comfortable. Perfectly okay. You can say many good men. Then you can say have been destroyed by alcoholism. The doctor suggested either he take regular exercise. Okay, this is correct. I hope you have watched my earlier video. Here the applicable rule is the subjunctive verb. In the subjunctive verb, you cannot change the next verb into any other tense. It must be in the present tense singular form. Okay, the doctor suggested or suggest, the doctor suggests or suggested he take, not he takes, or suggested he took. No, the doctor suggested he take regular exercise. Not only, if you make it they, the doctor suggests they take, or the doctor suggested they take. Take remains take. Okay, it's time he changed his attitude, or it's high time he changed his attitude. You cannot use he changes. It's time he changed his attitude. It's an idiomatic expression. So it's time, though it is in the present tense, change must be used in the past tense. It's time he changed his attitude. No sooner had he stepped out than it started raining. It is one of the typical sentences asked every year in the ICSE examination. No sooner had he stepped out than. You must use than. But if you say no, I'm not comfortable, another solution is he had hardly stepped out when it started raining. He had hardly stepped out, or he had scarcely stepped out when it started raining. But otherwise, if you say sooner, then it is than that you have to use. It is different now than it was a year ago. Yes, it is correct. It is different now than it was a year ago. I saw, in any case, in American English, mostly they use than with different. I saw him climb the hill. In one of my videos, I have already discussed. I saw him climbing the hill. That also is correct. I saw him climb the hill. That also is correct. I saw him climbing the hill. That means when I passed by, I saw he was climbing, but I did not stop there. So I am not sure whether he finished climbing or he gave up on the way. But when you say, I saw him climb the hill, that means you stopped there and kept watching until he finished climbing. I will help you finish the work on schedule. Yes, I will help you to finish, not require. You can use to finish or just finish. I will help you finish the work on schedule, not on the schedule or whatever it is. He made me laugh. Fully correct. You can't say he made me to laugh. Okay. Suppose you ask, what led you to laugh? Yes. If you use the verb lead, meaning is more or less the same. What led you to laugh? There you have to use to preposition, but otherwise, what made you laugh? Okay. How long have you been waiting? How long have you been waiting? No need for any for how long. No, for is not required. My grandmother speaks English, but she rarely speaks in English. It is one of my favorite sentences that I asked in my very first lesson in a new school. My grandmother speaks English, but she rarely speaks in English. What is the difference? My grandmother speaks English, that means she is articulate in English. But since the language of the house for communication is not English, she does not talk in English. So when you use a speak with preposition in, you mean she does not converse in English or talk in English. Okay? But my mother speaks English, that means she can. She is capable of speaking English. She knows English. She is articulate in English. Please speak slowly and loudly. Yes. People think that no, they are opposites. No. You can't say please speak softly and loudly. No. Please speak softly and loudly will be oxymoron. Okay, they are opposites because softly is the opposite of loudly. Slowly means the speed should be slower. Okay. Uh, but loudly, you should be loud enough. He came top of the class. Yes. He came top of the class. You don't think he came at the top of, on the top of, all wrong. He came top of the class, top of the school. Okay. He became class topper, typically Indian English. My class are all going. Why can't I? Yes. You can also say my whole class is going. Okay, class is a collective noun, and as you know, collective nouns can be used both with a singular verb, plural verb, and in many cases the meanings are different. Okay, so my family are divided on the issue of where to spend our next holiday. That means my family members have different views as to where to go for holiday. But when you say my family is going to Kanyakumari, that means the whole family. There you can use is. After the cyclone, not a building nor a tree was left standing. Yes, it is correct. There is no rule that you have to use nor only with neither. No, you can use nor with not also. So after the cyclone, not a building nor a tree was left standing. Okay. I won't take up any more of your time. That is correct. I won't take up. Don't say I won't take any more of your time. Please explain it in layman's terms. Don't say please explain it in a layman's terms. You can say even a layman can do it. But in such expressions, you don't use any article. Please explain it in layman's terms. He is an expert on Indian history. Never say he is an expert in or he is an expert on the Indian history. Never say. You can say he is an expert on the history of India, on the history of Britain. But otherwise, he is an expert on British history or Indian history. No 2 days are the same. Now compare it with 2 days are not the same. Okay, probably you mean the first 2 days, last 2 days, okay, but you are emphasizing no 2 days are the same, because it is one of the fundamental laws of life. Every day is different in some way or other. Some days happier, some days you are sad, some days you are bored, some days you are succeeding, you are successful, sometimes you fail. Okay, some days are more monotonous. Okay, he goes to work on the train. Okay, sounds incorrect, but that is correct. He goes to work on the train. Okay, you can also say he goes to work by train, not by car. But same way you can say he goes to work in the car. I came in the car, or I came by car. Okay. So when you say in the car, you have to use the. But when you say I came by car, you don't have to say I came by the car. No. I came in the car. You are talking about a particular car. Okay. Belonging to somebody, or it's your own car. Okay. So he goes to work on the train. Okay. I met him on the flight, on the plane. Okay. So I hope this has been of some help to you, and you would be in a better position to avoid such errors and be more confident when you communicate in English, whether it is written communication or oral, verbal. And bye to all of my viewers.